From Buffalo to the big leagues, this is MaDi Tells All. Hello, friends. I have a special guest here today that goes by the name Shaun Murphy. And know what the funniest part is? We've never met or interacted or hardly creeped on each other's Instagram until about right now. So he's a comedian and he's from Buffalo, but living in New York City.
That's
Introduce
right.
yourself.
Yeah, Shaun Murphy. It's nice to meet you. This is exciting.
Right.
Look at that. All you need to know is Bills fans from Buffalo.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Where are you from in Buffalo?
I'm originally from South Buffalo.
Okay.
You?
Kenmore. I'm North Town.
No, what's so funny is like growing up, we West Seneca, West, South Buffalo people never hung out with Kenmore people. Did you ever hang out with West Seneca West people?
I had a girlfriend from South Buffalo. And
Who is she?
I'll tell you after. She's a nice lady,
Okay.
But it felt like a different country.
Yep.
South Buffalo and North Buffalo really feel different.
100%. But now it's so funny because I don't know if you've been back to Kenmore lately, but they have been thriving. There's Fatty Beers is out there. There's this otherwhere. It's called Nowhere Lounge. Have you ever heard of it before?
I have not.
Oh my God. It's like this place that only fits like 50, maybe 70 people max. And it's like super tiny, but it's all modeled after like the 60s and 70s. And so when I took my parents there, they were like, I used to have that photo frame. I used to have that. And I'm like, what is this place?
Well, it was crazy even going to South Buffalo. Sometimes the food was different. It's like, oh, you don't got gyms down here.
Yep.
You like MaDi was like a new thing they kind of got.
Have you had Pete and Paul's? Oh no, because
never...
you're not really South Buffalo. Oh, so good.
So tell me.
Growing up, well, okay, Pete and Paul's is a meat pocket, right? So it's a pita pocket.
Okay.
And then my favorite is the meatball bomber, and it's just cheese, sauce, and meatballs but their sauce, they do really small, lightly cooked onions in it. It just like adds that crunch.
That sounds good.
And then other ones to get is like the burger one, the pizza pocket. Such a simple, like my mom and I just went there for lunch and we just got 2 small pita pockets and we were laughing. Our bill was like $8 and I was like, this place is like so cheap and it has not changed since the 80s. I don't know when it was open, but it looks like it's from the 80s.
That's incredible.
Yeah. What about you in Kenmore? Like what's your go-to like growing up?
We were big Jim's, Anderson's.
Okay.
Franco's was our pizza spot.
Yes. I've heard of that one before.
Yeah.
Is it still around?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
They got a good amount of locations. Do you have a go-to pizza spot? What do you like, Imperial?
Oh, I'm an Imperial girl. And they just opened
funny that
one
I could
up.
tell that.
Yes. And they just opened one up like 2 years ago on Main Street downtown. And I literally, as soon as I was driving in, I just was home for 3 weeks in Buffalo because the Bills played back to back. And it was like, what was it? Christmas, New Year's, spent New Year's in Toronto. But I literally went there right away. I texted my brother. I'm like, what do you want from Imperial? Like, our family is Imperial till the day we die.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So you've had it before?
I've had it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just love like the cup and char,
it's
big
good.
crust that's just like bubbling and then the burnt cheese on the end.
Now, have you had Prince Street Pizza here in the city?
I just was at Art Basel with Prince Street Pizza.
Okay.
That's so funny. So my video.
I think it's the most Buffalo slice in the city.
Yes. Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
But I just went to Art Basel, stayed at a house with some of them. I've been working with them for the last like 3 years. So I fell in love with them when I was in LA. Someone introduced me to it and I was like, whoa, this is so good. And now they opened up one in Toronto. So I went and did promotional work for their Toronto location.
They still call it Prince Street?
Yeah.
Okay.
But everyone says it's different because the water and the cheese is so different in Canada. Yeah, still delicious. I don't know. To me, I'm not like a pizza connoisseur.
Yeah, I hear you.
So you obviously grew up in Buffalo. When
Yes.
did you move to New York City?
About 10 years ago.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
You're an official New Yorker now.
I think so. How long have you been here?
Not even a year. Well, no, officially a year, but during the football season, it's absolutely insane for me. And I literally... after New Year's, like it was like January 3rd, like unloaded my car, was here for like 4 days, and then the Bills kept winning. So I just kept staying in Buffalo, but it was great. I didn't have to rent a U-Haul. I would just take my car back and forth every single time. But it was like really at the middle of March when I felt like I started to like just explore.
Okay, yeah. It takes a while to get used to, and then I think I've lived in 4 of the 5 boroughs.
Ooh, so which one is your favorite right now?
I'm in Brooklyn.
Me too.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think I used to live in Astoria for a long time.
Okay.
In Queens,
That's what my best friend Ryan from Buffalo, he lived there and he loves it. And
It's
so many
great.
people love it.
I love it.
Is it how much like I'm deep into Brooklyn, like
Me
Prospect
too.
Leopard's Garden area?
Oh, we're close.
Yeah,
I'm
like-
in Flatbush.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's literally where I am too.
Yeah.
But I say Prospect Leopard Gardens because Flatbush people are like, where is that? But Yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit of a journey to get to over here, but it's so quiet at nighttime. But I need a little bit more chaos, so I'm looking to maybe do the plunge and like do Williamsburg or Manhattan just for a year. Do you suggest everyone does the city for 1 year?
Maybe if you can afford it. My dream would be to live in Manhattan because I like the idea of taking the subway less.
Yes.
That's just like my ultimate goal in
too.
life. I have small goals, and if I could be on the subway less and just walk to places more, what a dream.
That's what makes me the happiest.
Yeah.
I'm not a person who, it's like, I'm a go, go, go. And my life is so go, go, go. But when I'm home, I will not leave the house if I have to take the subway unless it's for having to do work. But on my free time, I'm not just going to go take the subway to go to Manhattan to go walk around Soho because it's a beautiful day. It's just not happening.
And it's kind of a bummer too. Like I want to go see a movie and it's like, oh, I got to go like an hour into the city to go see a movie. Like it's your full day.
100%. Yeah. When I come here, the same thing. I literally I'm recording 3 different episodes today.
Or you know what kills me? And this is probably big for you too, is I hate traveling to travel. Like Astoria is close to an airport. That's why I loved it.
Oh, which one, Jay?
LaGuardia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
because that's my biggest thing is like being in Flatbush area. It takes 35 minutes to get to JFK. I'm literally in and out all the time.
There has been times the Uber to the airport from my apartment in Flatbush to like JFK, LaGuardia or whatever. The Uber there took longer and was more expensive than my flight to Buffalo.
How many times do you get back to Buffalo?
A good amount. I would say maybe 6 times a year.
All the family still lives there?
Family still lives
there. So Buffalo.
Yeah, of course.
And my aunts and uncles all live in South Buffalo within blocks of each other.
Yes.
And all the cousins. Like, I only have one aunt that lives in Erie who makes every single family party, basically. And then I have one uncle who lives in New Jersey and now pretty much retired in like Hilton Head. But they like literally make every single family party. Everyone else is literally in Buffalo. Like no one left. A few Rochester. That's it.
Okay, yeah, it's not bad.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
So what when you were living in Buffalo, like what were you doing there to then the transition to get to Manhattan or New York?
I mean, just comedy. Just moved out here for comedy. It's the best city in comedy in the world
ever.
Yeah. So it's just at some point, especially Buffalo's so close that you're like,
Did you see who was recording today?
Of course, yeah.
It's so funny because
Mark and Sam do their podcast over there, and I open for Mark all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations, crushing it!
My new special is on his YouTube page.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And that's what I want to when did you start getting? When you were in high school at all? Like I was voted class clown.
Oh,
were you?
Okay. Nope.
Winning.
I don't know. I think you go one of 2 ways. I had a little class clown when I was like very young, and then I kind of became more like almost like back of the room, didn't want the attention type thing. And then I guess that kind of switched at some point.
Then you were like, bring the attention on. Like, kudos to you comedians because it is so hard
Have
what
you ever
do.
tried it?
No, but like in high school, like I just anytime that there would be like a moment of silence or I had to like the public speaker had the mic, like it was game over. Like I'm an amazing storyteller.
Okay.
Like when I talk about my trips through Southeast Asia, when I've talked about getting stolen keys to a strip club and sneaking in the back, like I have stories for days. And I think that's if I ever did stand up, like that's where I would go off of just storytelling and then exaggeration 30%. I feel like that's what you do, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's obviously different ways to do it. There's kind of like bits of how you see the world, or I do a lot of I like a nice self-deprecation.
Okay.
And then stories are big.
Yep. But like, how do you deal with like if you tell a joke and like I'm sure that's totally happened and you tell a joke and you're like, oh my God, I want to get off stage right now.
Ooh, it takes a while to get used to, but you know what? It's freeing because once you can fail, it's like any other failure seems like nothing. It's almost like a mentality that's changed my life because it's like you just fail so much doing stand-up. You go in front of a room, you're like, this is funny. And so many people for so long tell you, no.
Yeah.
No, it's not. And then to slowly work over that, it's just, you feel like invulnerable a little bit. Even now when something bad happens to me, I'm like, oh, maybe I can make this funny.
Yeah.
You know, so like you're angry less and you immediately start
and then turn it into a joke.
Yeah.
You know? But so were you doing comedy a ton in Buffalo?
I was, yeah.
Like Helium? Was Helium around then?
Helium was maybe about year 6 or so in my journey.
Okay.
But yeah, I was like I think I was on their first show there.
Wow, yeah. Absolutely love that. I've been there for a few shows. But then what was the transition? Like, did you keep getting booked or did you have an agent? Like, who do you have helping you?
No, it's a lot of DIY. I kind of like, you know, started doing all the Heliums. They're a chain. So I started doing a bunch of those. And then I got to open up for people like Mark Norman, you know, Dan Soder, like dozens and dozens of comics. And then, yeah, it's just slowly kind of working your way up the ladder.
Yeah. And so what was it? I would consider that like kind of a big break. What was the connection between you and Matt?
It was completely random. I did a Helium in Portland. He was a headliner, and then we just kind of got along after that. And then I met your producer, I think.
Matt.
I did We Might Be Drunk like a month ago, and Matt was like, "Oh, this lady over here does a Buffalo podcast." I was like, "Oh, well, perfect.
Let's go." No,
all I talk about is the Bills and Buffalo food.
What did you do for the game?
I watched it in my apartment. Now,
did you watch it with friends at least?
No. Now, here's we might disagree on this.
Okay.
I liked kind of being locked in. Maybe this is like an old man thing, but I kind of like...
Because you're so old.
I like no distraction. Like Super Bowl, if I care about the Super Bowl, and oftentimes I don't. I haven't watched the last couple Super Bowls because I don't.
We were supposed to boycott it last year. I got literally, we'll talk about it. I got trolled because I went to the Super Bowl and the Bills weren't there. And I was like, I go to the Super Bowl every single year. It's work. I'm in the NFL space. And people were like, how dare a Buffalo Bills fan go there? I'm like, we were all rocking Bills stuff and we ran into so many Bills fans.
There you go. I just don't. Now that they're good, if it's not them and it's not like a new team, like KC Philly, I don't care. Yeah. Either team could win.
Last year was on record for the worst Super Bowl for sponsorship, for events, everything like that, because the Chiefs were in it for so many years. And then who do we play against? The Eagles. And the Eagles is more of a blue collar city. Yeah. So they don't have like that money to go blow on the Super Bowl. Yeah. And it's crazy expensive, but tickets were dropping for events. I mean, you could go see Machine Gun Kelly for like $25. It was insane.
Well, there's some of those matchups, I think, because we grew up with underdogs. If it's not us, I'll root for the underdog. But I mean, I've told the joke to my friends. It's like if New England plays Philly, it's like I'll root for Al Qaeda. I don't I don't want any, I just don't care.
So who is not right now, we know like predictions of like who the Bills could play in the Super Bowl, but dream Buffalo Bills scenario of who'd you want them to play?
I feel pretty good about anyone. I think I'd like Chicago because that would be so fun.
We just had a huge discussion about this the other day. Like and the Bears, I think, are still like in it, right?
Yeah,
like,
and they haven't won since like '85, so that feels.
And like Chicago is like everyone says it's like a bigger Buffalo, and so many people from New York City come from Chicago or leave to go to Chicago. So perfect little synergy there.
I think that would be my ideal. My worst case scenario. I can't deal if they play the Patriots and lose.
Oh my God, we all feel the same way.
Can't
my heart is like, we're so mad that that's like our option. Do you know this Foxborough literally does not let you throw like events if it's over 100 people without like their own police force and everything like that. They're so strict about everything. Like, how are we supposed to tailgate? Like, what are we supposed to do?
So how is the tailgating scene there? Is it minimal?
Very minimal. No like events going on. And it's just like, it's very boring. Like I remember it. We played them consistently for like 2 or 3 years in a row, maybe like 7 years ago or something like that. And I just remember going there and it was just the only part that was kind of bumping was like the bus lot, but that was about it.
Interesting. Yeah, I just can't. As much as I love Buffalo, it's just because Boston, they've won everything all the time, and I just can't deal with it.
Is it Boston? Don't they have like 12 major sports going on?
I mean,
like they have a baseball team, a basketball team. They got
everything. They win every other year. Like the Celtics have won a bunch, the Red Sox have won a bunch. Obviously, the Patriots, and it's just like it's all just so.
Do you know that Buffalo's getting a soccer team?
I did not know that.
Yes.
Is it MLS? Or
that is a trick question that I do not know of, but it's going to be a stadium that only fits like maybe 10,000 to 12,000, and it might be like right I don't know how familiar you are, but like there's, you were only 10 years removed. There's like downtown Buffalo, and then there's Niagara Street that spits off into like going to Kenmore.
Okay.
So probably just like half a mile like outside of that city. Like
that's cool. I feel like we do good with like small level sports. Like the Bandits are always pumping.
The Bandits have won what, 3, 4? Have you ever gone to a Bandits game?
I have not gone to a Bandits game.
It is.
I would love to.
Wild.
I went to the Blizzard all the time when they were around. Remember the Blizzard? Was that before your time? The soccer. Indoor soccer.
What?
Yes.
Where did they play at Canisius?
No, they played at the arena.
They did. Did people go?
Yeah.
So then what happened?
I don't know. I think the whole league folded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is like, I don't know what the name of it. I follow them on LinkedIn.
Do you remember arena football?
No.
Wow. See, I am old.
Literally. I was like, I missed the gap. I'm still like, is it Y2K? Like,
I think it was Buffalo Destroyers, I want to say. It was
that's
arena
a terrible
football.
Name, but
yeah,
that's fine.
They didn't have the best name.
No, that's, at least we're not like the Dolphins. That's just like, how are we supposed to be intimidated? But we did get our ass kicked by them. So, who knows? Yeah. So, have you ever gone to any of the Bills backers bars in New York?
I have.
Which ones?
I have went to, so there's, now the Midtown one has moved a lot. The old school Midtown one was awesome. This one's a little fancier. Have you been to that, the one by Penn Station? Yes.
Yes, I just did a whole entire, so I have a Bills backers series where I go to the bars. So far we've done 3. We've done Rutherford, which is right by, okay. I love Reds.
Reds is probably the best.
The owner, Meg, is just like a boss. She's just like, from Buffalo, but like lived in the city for a long time. Like she's got a New York City accent at this point. Mm-hmm. She has a tequila brand that's fire. It's like a cucumber jalapeno, which my favorite. But they don't even have a kitchen. But on game day, they have this bomb ass guy that's maybe Puerto Rican, and he brings fryers and he makes. I think they have the best chicken wings so far that I've tried out of the Bills backers bars. But I've only gone to 3 so far. But they do. I've been to 4.
Okay.
The other place did pretty good too. But Reds does the wings, but then they do buffalo chicken subs, like a buffalo chicken finger sub. On point.
Yeah.
On point. And it's just the vibes there. And they have the best espresso martinis, even though it's a dive bar. It's like pumpkin spice, there's crack in there. I don't know. It's absolutely amazing. And then Pen 6 is incredible that I can eat oysters and chicken wings and cheer on the Bills at the same.
Yeah, it's nice too because that's a place you go when you're like, I want to sit. I want like a meal.
Yes.
And Reds is more like traditional. You're going to be standing.
Yeah,
There's going to be a good atmosphere.
Yeah, get there early. Call it a day.
What are the other 2 you've
The
been to?
Rutherford was right next to Madison Square Garden, and it's gorgeous.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like more of a higher end sports. It's not that big. Their menu's incredible, like huge. Like we went there and did a photo shoot, and I just said like, "Hey, bring out some of your best items." They brought out the whole entire menu, including like the fries, the pasta salad, like any sides. I was like, Jesus Christ! And you can get really good cocktails there.
Okay.
Which, if you're gonna find me drinking, I'm not like I've had my time in Buffalo. Like in high school, we were getting white girl wasted at like. I was sneaking out at like 7th and 8th grade going to high school parties. My sister was varsity of the cheerleading team, so she was getting invited to stuff, and I was trying to tag along. We had this girl, Brenda, throw crazy parties up street behind us. We'd hop the fence, go party at her house. But now if you're going to find me drinking, it's because the drinks are delicious, and then I'll get wasted. Or a dirty martini with blue cheese stuffed olives. That's what I want. I just like, I'm over the having like a tequila soda, like to get drunk. I'm like, give me the good drinks. Like that's what I want these days.
I hear that. So wait, what's the 4th one? Is it Murphy's?
Oh, I totally forgot. I think it's in East Village or West. No, I think it's in East Village, and it's called like Westgate or something.
Oh,
I gotta find it. But we did HBO Max did their launch party there.
Okay.
Did you watch Hard Knocks?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What'd you think?
Good.
Yeah.
Hard Knocks now, because I've been watching it for a decade, a little formulaic, but when it's the Bills, it feels different.
Obviously.
It feels fun.
But how funny, like it's so funny, because I don't know the other, like does every other team go to like a college and stay in the dorms?
No, most of them don't. We're pretty unique in that.
Yeah, I think that's just like the team bonding, the scooters, everything was that. And my friend was featured on there, Chef Redbeard. Him and Chef Darian cook for a ton of the Bills players.
Nice.
And Chef Redbeard has this incredible space in one of the oldest antique malls in America, and it's called the Market Arcade Building in Buffalo.
Yes.
And hand marble on the floor, and he does it where he sets up the tables in the middle, and it's like all shops along the way, but like all historic. I mean, it was the building's from 1886, I believe. And he was featured in there. And I love that because that man works his ass off. And it's just like he's always cooking for the O-line and all the guys. When we were asking me if I met any players, DeMar Hamlin was eating there. Deion Dawkins I've met plenty of times. But who was the other guy? He friggin' had every Von Miller. He came in with like a Louis Vuitton like fanny pack and decked out. Like, it's just so cool. We've just worked with so many players, whether that was through game day or through that was my entrepreneurship or in the food space. Like being in Buffalo, if you're at all in the influencer space or in the hustle and grind of entrepreneurship and you make a great impact, people are going to introduce you to the most incredible people.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
What was your like upbringing like there?
We were kind of like middle class-ish,
Yeah. I was like that and below it. Like
we had a pool. It was above ground.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It was still a pool. And it was
gangster.
Yeah. It was like kind of regular suburban. Like, my dad like loaded trucks for a living. It was pretty blue collar,
That's my dad owned before. My dad's a pharmaceutical drug rep now. But before that, like back then, he worked at the steel mills, like growing up. That's just like what everyone did. Then the steel mills all, shut down. Yeah. And then my dad opened up Ceiling Pro, which was a company that went around and like anytime that you need a kitchen needed its ceilings cleaned, restaurant cleaned, like they went in there overnight and like cleaned it. But then he basically like gave it off to my cousin who ran it for years. And then my dad eventually became a pharmaceutical rep. And I would say it wasn't until then was like my family way more financially stable, but my parents had 5 kids. Okay. So it was, and then my mom owned a daycare her whole entire life. So she had a facility in South Buffalo and then did at-home daycare.
It's funny because it's such a small town. I just did a podcast with MaDi Smith, who's another Buffalo comic.
Yes.
And we found out on air that our dads worked for the same trucking company.
Classic. They wanted me and MaDi to do our podcast together, like because both of our names are Madeline, and we're both from Buffalo. And her travel schedule compared to my travel schedule, both of us are on opposite sides. It's just way too much. We are definitely going to have her as like a special guest, but we had some calls and everything, and we had all these concepts. But it's just like no one tells you how hard it is to have a podcast. Like, you seem like you've been on a few, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I actually had a Bills podcast back in the day, which was so much fun. Yeah. Shout out to Kyle Turner, Greg Bauk. Local comedians, we did a podcast, and it's like, it's just so much work. The
Bauks, that's like a familiar name.
We do it after the game. It'd be like it was like a comedy podcast about the Bills, and it was just like it's so annoying. Do you have this problem of like they lose, you're kind of mad, and then you got to do a thing, and you're like, I don't want to do a thing right now. I want to be upset.
My video that did really well is we hosted an amazing event in Atlanta, and I think we got our ass kicked in Atlanta, which was supposed to be a easy game. We're supposed to lose. That happens every single time. Every single time we played like a Jets or Dolphins, we just win by like a field goal or touchdown. And the whole time we're like, squish the fish, we're going to murder them. And then it doesn't happen. Yeah. But in Atlanta, the video that I did, we lose terribly. And I did the classic, like, I don't know if you've seen all the videos of like Life of a Restaurant Owner, and they're like pretending to like take the knife and like cut the wrist and like kill themselves. And I was like literally like acting like I broke a beer bottle, sliced my neck, jumped off a bridge, like life of being a Bills fan. Like, and I have to do content no matter what and like promote the next event we're doing. And I just feel bad mostly for like the Jets fans and the Giants, because I don't know, it's like I follow some of those content creators, like how they spit out content, because like the Jets are so bad.
Yeah. Now, are you thankful? I'm a little thankful when the season ends, because it feels like I get a full day back.
100%.
Like
when we get a bye week, what do you do?
Yeah.
Self-care?
Yeah, it's just a lot of like, man, come February, it's like, oh, there's 7 weeks there's 7 days in a week. This is pretty sweet.
Mentally for Sunday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but you just sit at home anyways. What if it's
let's go back to that. I like being locked in and watch, because the worst I find, you're going to watch a game, say you go to a Super Bowl party, you kind of care who wins. Inevitably, there's someone there that doesn't care. They're talking about the commercials, they're talking about work, and you're like, I kind of just want to watch the game. I don't want to be bothered, Now, if everyone's locked in, that's okay.
For sure. But like, you've been a comedian for how many years now?
20.
20 years. I know you got a good Buffalo little skit. You have to. Do you have one?
I've had some in my time. I'm trying to think. It's funny that you brought up the Market Arcade. Yeah. That downtown, it used to be a big mall. Yeah. And you go in there now and it's the saddest thing.
And it's insanely beautiful.
Yeah.
Insanely, like, it just makes no sense. Like, why wait, there's the Market Arcade building. And then, is that where Chef Red Beer? No, his is like the gorgeous space.
Okay.
That's the But
I get some of those confused. But there's that mall down there. Yes. That there's like 1 in every 8 stores are open.
And there's always like a pierogi shop, like, because it's Buffalo. And then usually some kind of like, I'm trying to think, it's crazy. I've never stepped foot in there because it feels like it's haunted. Like, I just want to like bring rollerblades in there. You know what's also dead? The McKinley Mall. I rollerbladed inside of McKinley Mall with my friend Caitlin for an hour and a half shopping and rollerblading until anyone said anything to me. An hour and a half.
The Boulevard Mall is now dead too.
That's supposed to be Douglas Development bought that and is turning it into like condominiums and like a resorty like space because Lord knows that area itself is just like, what's going on there?
Yeah.
It's like, come on. But your days, I mean, like, have you met any of the Bills players?
No, I've never won. And you know what's crazy is they'll come to Helium every once in a while. And like just in my whole time doing that, it would just never align. Like it'd be the weekend I wasn't there. It'd be like, Deion Dawkins is here with. I'd be like,
Deion Dawkins, I'm convinced doesn't sleep at night because he is literally doing a charity event every single day, hosting an event every single day, going on a podcast. I'm like, what? I think he's nominated for Peyton Manning of the year. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's absolutely insane.
It was cool doing the podcast because we became kind of close with a lot of the what I'm trying to say, the people that I can't talk anymore.
That's fine. I'm delirious too. I started to stutter recently. I'm like, I need to go on a retreat.
I'm still recovering.
Have you ever met Little Mo?
I've met him before.
Okay, yeah.
But the people who like the who writes for the Bills.
Like yeah.
I don't know why I can't think of
There's
the word.
John Anderson.
Journalist.
Yes.
Journalist is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But like we had like Joe Biscaglia on the podcast. He works for The Atlantic. He's amazing. And we've had like a lot of those people in that space and like kind of became friendly with them. And it's funny because like we're such idiots that like the dynamic was always funny. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you find that too. If like you meet someone who's like really super knowledgeable and you're like, oh, okay. So what position is that?
Yeah, no, literally it's
you
so funny.
You feel like an idiot because you spend so much time on this thing and like you meet someone who like actually knows way more than you do and you're like, God, I don't even know anything about this shit.
I mean, the one guy that I just interviewed, DA from SiriusXM, like he loves the Buffalo Bills. He's come to our tailgates before. But he like literally, I mean, he's sports reporting. He does like the morning show with them. And he came on and it was my most like viral video via like had some of the most YouTube views, had the most amount on Instagram. Like his knowledge of football, like he gets it. And it's so funny because everyone assumes that I'm like this crazy super fan. And it's like, I grew up going to the Bills game and it was like, that was my bonding time with my family and my dad, you know, like obviously my mom loves the Bills too, but my dad just like that, trying to find that bond, you know, to like be close with your father. He loved the Buffalo Bills. And then it wasn't until I got approached by Game Day to like really be in it, be the face of it. And here I am running so many social media accounts for the Buffalo aspect, the New York aspect, the main account. And now I'm learning so much about football. And it's crazy because I was just in a suite with some people and I was just like, oh yeah, like 2-point conversion. Everyone's like, what? And I'm like, I just like, now I'm like seeing it on socials. I'm kind of learning.
Yeah. Well, and it's also funny too, because like coming from Buffalo, like games are always on. You like can't avoid it. Like my mom knows more about hockey than most people I meet in New York City. You know, just because it's like the games are on all the time. You just, even if you're only half paying attention.
Can you believe the Sabres are actually crushing it?
Are you gonna do like Sabres?
No, like so we're talking about so the NFL draft is gonna be going on in Buffalo.
Yeah. NFL draft.
So we're definitely working on that situation, doing some kind of like tailgating things. And yeah, if the Sabres keep doing it, like the tailgate culture, like was never really around that much, but like I'm down to bring it back. You know where everyone goes? They go to like Pearl Street. Yeah. I don't know what Helium does if people go there like before to drink and stuff. But
when they were good, they were like cooking. They would have the games outside the arena and like people would go.
In the plaza.
Yeah, big time.
So they're talking about like they need to bring some of that because like the Bandit situation, like, I don't know what the tailgate situation looks like there, but they have huge parties every single time.
Totally.
But okay, talk about getting underpaid though. Them Bandits players they all have like full-time jobs on top of it.
I know,
which is so sad because I'm like, who is not paid? They sell out way more than the Sabres ever could. How are they not getting paid way more money?
I wonder if it's just the other teams maybe don't do as well. And, they do revenue sharing. And I wonder if we probably have one of the better attendance of all the lacrosse.
1,000%. Like, for them to just keep winning. And, like, all of the guys are just, like, the most incredible humans ever, and some of their socials are so great, and I think that's how they, like, some of them that don't have a full-time job, like, I know Bandits ain't paying the bills, but they do a lot of, like, influencer marketing and all that kind of stuff.
Now, what are some other Buffalo comics you mentioned MaDi Smith. Do you know any other?
I was like, Little Mo's not, but he loves the Buffalo Bills, so his stuff's popping up on my feed all of the time. And then I do NFL fan therapy. Have you ever seen that?
I have. I've been on it back in the day.
Okay, cool.
I do a monthly show in New York City, and Courtney McGinnis was just on it last night. Courtney McGinnis, she does fan therapy.
Okay, wait, is she the therapist? Is she's one of the other fans?
She's a Commanders fan.
Ooh, I don't know if I did it with her or not, because I've done it 3 times now, maybe. And it's so funny because they always
do it with
laugh.
John Shuda?
Yes. Yeah. And
I used to live with John.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Buffalo to Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, such a small world. It's literally when we sat down next to each other. It was our first time meeting each other like this, and within 2 seconds, he's from South Buffalo. I'm from South Buffalo, and what do you know? His sister's messaging me. That's my brother. I'm looking back at my DMs. Like, me and his sister have chatted like a million times before I ever met him. He came to my tailgate. His dad was like, I'm pretty sure I met you before. I'm like the world's most outgoing person. Like, I have no. See, are you extroverted or introverted?
I'm kind of a mix.
Okay.
Like, I do stand up, which is very extroverted, but then when I'm done, I'm like, I want to go sit on my couch with my fiance and cat and just watch shows. And
that's what kind of cat we got?
A brown one. I don't know that we know. Like it. Yeah, I don't know that we really know her.
And where'd you meet wifey? Well, soon to be wifey.
I met her on Hinge.
Classic.
Yeah.
Wait, what did your profile look like, and how did you slide in, or does she have to slide in?
We go back and forth. We don't know who made the first move.
Okay.
I don't know that. I had a pretty standard profile. I feel like comedians now are oversaturated. Mm-hmm. I hear if you're a lady on Hinge, you see a lot of finance and comedians. But I think at that time it was a little less, so I probably had a picture of me with a microphone trying to be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
What
was the first date?
First date, it was during COVID, so it was a walk in the park.
Classic.
Yeah.
Heard many of those.
Yeah, that was really all.
So then you guys were like a COVID couple?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, like one way to bond with each other.
I know, you kind of get to know each other quicker.
Yeah, and like on a weird situation.
Yeah.
You're like, well, we can't go out to any, then you kind of got to invite each other over to each other's house kind of soon.
Yes,
which works out in some favors.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
You can't go out in public and do stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I literally have met so many people my sister and her husband met on Hinge. They have 2 kids. One year, I went to 3 weddings in one summer that were all from Hinge.
Wow.
I was like, whoa. See, it's crazy. I use Hinge and Bumble for other situations. And even when I had a boyfriend, I openly told him business.
You could do business
one time got 17 guys to show up to a game day tailgate, and each one of those guys brought a group of friends.
Okay.
I'll promote all over, hey, I'm in Denver for this event going on, and it's so funny. And and then if it's not game day related, I put my food blog all over there, now when I go back to Buffalo. But it's so funny. If you go into my messages, I don't think I've literally chatted with anyone.
You're using it for the unintended.
Yes, but it's gotten me awesome engagement. It gets me, and I know what's so funny is I've gotten 2 brand deals out of it because people have messaged me on LinkedIn, and they're like, hey, saw you on Bumble. I don't think you're there for a relationship, but I see you're a businesswoman. I work with this company, would love to talk partnerships, and it works. I think that there's so many free apps out there, amazing. My dream situation to meet a man is business relation, where we're like on a Zoom call and it's like, oh, let me introduce you to like the CFO or something. And it's like a guy who I have to pitch my business to. Yeah. I got to be honest.
It's not like, the assistant. It's
CFO, something like that. Maybe a VP. Like, I'm just trying to, I am terrible. Like, I have so many creative stuff. I used to be a personal chef, like wifey material all day. I don't have a jealous bone in my body. But if I could find someone that's good at some kind of finance situation, because like that is something like,
Oh, so you're bad in finances.
Yeah, like I got good finances, but like need someone to like manage it and figure out not to pay $1 million in taxes,
This is too business oriented. You just need an accountant.
Yeah, well, I have that.
You don't need your man to be an accountant.
I have an accountant. I have a bookkeeper, but like how hot would it be if I can just ask my hubby simple questions instead of calling my bookkeeper or accountant?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't even, what does even bookkeeping look like for a comedian? That's probably
it's pretty sad.
I hope you can, but you can write a good amount of stuff off.
That's true. There's been a lot of times in my life.
You could be at a coffee shop writing scripts. You can be at the movies trying to get inspiration.
There's been a lot of times in my life I look at my like tax returns and I'm like, oof, I made under how much this year?
Yeah.
Oof.
But that's what you want, so you don't have to pay, as much money.
That is
because I've had good years and bad years, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, what is going on over here?
Okay, I think we need to find you a man not in the business. I think you're going down the wrong path here.
What's the path?
I think you're looking at it too business oriented. I think
a business girl.
I know. Yeah, I think you need to find someone to balance that out. What do you think about that?
You know what? You're not wrong. Mm-hmm. Like maybe I need someone that's like, stop talking business.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'd say that's what always a problem is that like every time I'm out, I like strictly only talk business.
Yeah.
It's most of the time because I'm like pretty sober or maybe stony baloney. And sometimes when I'm stony baloney, those business ideas just hit.
I know, but sometimes in the time off, recharges you, gives you more ideas for when you're on.
I know.
That's what I think you need.
The recharge for me is like going to Prospect Park, maybe taking a little mushroom and then just like bringing my journal and just being like poof out there.
There you go.
I've only done it once in the Prospect Park, but like, it was a great day. Had some cries, had some laughs. I'm just like, are people staring at me? But it was a good day. So comedy, New York.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've opened up for some amazing people. Have you been able to like go outside of New York and like company travel you somewhere?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll when I opened up, I've done Europe 3 times with Mark, and which is incredible.
Oh my God, what is that phone call like?
I mean, it's nuts.
Does he directly call you? His agent directly calls you?
No, it's all through him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so okay. Okay.
So it's nice because you go to Europe and you make money. You come back with money. You're like, that's incredible. And I've seen all these,
What part of Europe?
Oh man, we did Portugal. We did Dublin, Sweden. We did a lot of the Nordic countries, Amsterdam. Incredible. Just incredible.
I mean, Amsterdam, I went there for the first time. The Bills played in London.
That's right.
So then I did London, Paris, and Amsterdam. And it was so funny because at this point I was with Bills Mafia the whole entire time. And then I went on a solo trip and like I'm in Amsterdam and I'm just trying to escape and like not run into any. I ran into so many freaking people I knew and they're like, come meet us at this bar, come meet us at this bar. I'm like, respectfully, I'm going to see you next week at 40 Thieves.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to see you right now. I'm trying to make new friends.
I think you need more time alone. This is my big thing in your life. I need some time alone.
Well, that's what I mean. I ditched that. The people I knew, I was like, I need solo. Like, I definitely do lots of solo. Like, my favorite thing is like going to a restaurant with a journal and just like having a glass of wine and like having dinner by myself. And then I always meet the most incredible people. And then in Buffalo,
even by yourself, you're meeting people?
I know. I don't know how to stop yapping. Like, it's a problem when I'm by myself. I don't know. I can't even watch Netflix or TV like at all. I have to watch. I can only watch it if I'm with someone.
Okay.
Otherwise, I just pull up my laptop and start doing work. Wow. What do you do for a long time?
I do a lot of. I mean, I try and read more, but I used to read a lot. That's a tough thing.
It's a tough part.
Battle the phone addiction, all that shit.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of, the movies, the TV, writing, a lot of that stuff.
I'm a great journaler.
Okay.
Like I'll write 27 pages in my journal, bring that thing on the subway. Like I eventually want to turn it into a book. Right now I have a stack this much of journals since I was 14.
Wow.
Yeah. One of my high school teachers.
Do you look back on the 14 and it's
I
crazy?
started to look back at some of the ones. Oh my God, yeah. I'm just like so inappropriate. The things that came out of my mouth, I was like, geez, Louise. But like, I think it was one of my high school teachers from Seneca West, Miss Scott Nicky, who we read a book, maybe Go Ask Alice. And it's like a book where she's like journaling. And then she was like, I want you guys to start journaling. And I started journaling. And then I started being like, oh, I can't. She wanted to read them. And I was like, I can't talk about some of these things. It was high school parties, breakups, sex. And I was just like, what can I do here? And so then I literally went up to her and I was like, hey, I want to write about my real life and what's going on. Like, can we have something where you just, unless you think I'm in danger, like you just don't say anything. I'm like, I truly just want to write about my weekend so I can look back at this. And she said, yeah. And I wrote about everything. Then my basement flooded and my journal that had so many great memories. That one, RIP.
If you ever do this, what's an incredible resource is going through your phones. And just, I remember, I think like early stage of COVID, maybe I had COVID, and I remember being by myself for like 5 days, and I went through old texts. Oh. And it was mind blowing because you know how you lie to yourself.
Yep.
In your past, you kind of be like, oh, that woman ghosted me, and then you like look back and you're like, oh no, that wasn't what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just to look back through like, oh, I remember when I liked this person and I was texting this person. I remember when this friend, and then you have like the receipts to look back, and it's mind blowing to go through your own history.
Okay, well, I would say something, and it's so funny because it's like, I'm just spilling the beans on this one.
Let's do it.
I read one of my old journals of like this one of my friends in college that like I hooked up with, and in my head, I remember it just being like horrible sex. Like that's what I've told myself for years, that it was like wasn't good, like it was awkward. In my journal, it's like full blown 7 orgasms deep, like the sex. And I'm like, I'm confused. Was I lying to myself in that journal?
Because you could have been. It is possible.
Could have been, like because I always knew it was going to be a book, like, and I was just being dramatic. Right. But then I'm like in my head, I'm like, I don't remember it like that. But like also maybe because I was like, F that person.
Yeah, so you lie to yourself to make yourself feel better.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I've never gone through old text messages, but going through the old journals, like I have opened up some of the journal entries and read them on the page because like that's just like me testing the waters to see like what people are into. And it is just like so fun. Like I had an amazing, like my parents, incredible people. I'm one of 5. What are you?
0.
Oh my God.
Only child.
Only child.
What do you think? What do you, well, 1 of 5 think about only child?
You just grow up thinking like the only child is like usually weird or like a bitch.
Yeah. Like, I feel like we have a bad stereotype.
100%. Did you have cousins?
No.
What?
I know.
Did you have neighbors that were your age?
Yeah. We have neighbors that I'd play with. So I think being an only child, you either go super introverted or you're almost forced to be a little extroverted because otherwise you got no one.
No.
You got to hustle out there. You got to make friends.
Did you talk to your parents of like why they only wanted to have one kid?
No, I was later. I think my mom was like 40 something.
Okay, so maybe you were an oopsie.
I could have been an oopsie.
Yeah, my mom said that like all of us were oopsies, but like, she's
5?
like, she's like, you never really plan for it. No, definitely. I'll never forget. It was either I was driving the car or my sister was driving the car, and one of us was getting our license, and my dad was like, stop the car. And he was like, you were conceived in one of those houses, like, because it was like some college party or something like that. And I was just like, oh my God, like, my parents, they've been married for 33 years, and they are very open with me how much they love each other. And during COVID, I stayed at their house for 6 months because I basically called off a wedding. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go on this trip. And I was only supposed to be at their house for 3 weeks. COVID happened. No one was showing apartments. My room was right next to them.
Oh, no.
I had to sleep with earplugs and everything. And I was like, they're still lovers. God bless. But I don't know. Growing up, like me, my brother and sister, like, so there's a 10-year gap, but me.
Okay, where are you?
My sister is 30. Is she 34? No, 33, 32, 31, something like that. Okay. And I'm in the middle of those two. But then there's a 10-year gap, and there's 23 and 22.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's just like so crazy. Gap. Yeah. So
imagine having 3 kids. 3 kids is a lot. Having 3 kids and then doing 2 more 10 years later.
It was totally like oopsie with Emerson. And then they were like, we should probably have another one so she's not alone. But also my mom then at one point tried to ask my dad to adopt a little baby from like Asia or Nigeria, wherever it may be. And my dad's like, you literally have a daycare. You have 5 children. No more kids.
Yeah. Did he get snipped?
Pardon?
Did he get snipped?
Yeah, eventually he did. Yeah. But like one of my friends, the husband got snipped. 2 months later, baby.
Wow.
That 99.9%, it happens.
Damn, that would suck.
I know. That's rough. And then that ends up being like the third kid. Best advice I ever got is like, why have 3 kids? Like, there's never any argument. You get a kid, I get a kid. That third kid, who's going to carry him? Who's going to carry? It like ends up being fights.
Now, do you want kids?
When going back and forth. Growing up, I wanted to have a small army, right? And then I think it's because my life was so on track to like get married, have a white picket fence, and then that didn't happen. And then I went to like a 5-year relationship where that person did not want kids. And now I'm like, but like I think if I truly fall head over heels for love and it's something that they really want, like I'm down. I have a freaking team of family members who could like help out and everything like that. And I am just like, I was a nanny growing up. I was like one of the most booked nannies around and have traveled with families, but I don't know. Like, do you want kids?
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah. Like, you're living in New York. Do you want to live in New York forever?
Probably. Yeah.
I love that.
And it's tough, especially if you're an artist, to the extent that comedians are artists. Yeah, it's tough because money's all over the place. You don't know what
entrepreneurship. It's crazy. I've had insane months where I've clocked in thousands of dollars, and then you have months that nothing happens. Or it's just a few $100, and that's like the highs and lows. Like today, I had the most amazing meeting, but I had the most amazing with that person 2 months ago, and then it was so hard to get a hold of them, and they're like, oh, holidays, blah, blah, and then I have another meeting. I'm like, this could change my life. But then it's like, sometimes it just goes ghosts.
There's a lot of things out there that's like, if this happens, this could be a life changer. If it doesn't.
Have you noticed that opening up for Matt has opened up more doors?
Yeah. So, and this like being passed to the Comedy Cellar, which is like the best comedy club in the world. So you're just around like professionals that are killing it all the time. And so every little bit kind of helps. I'm sure it's the same way. Like it's rare that something happens where you're like, oh, my life is completely different now. But every little bit, then you kind of look back and you're like, oh, I climbed, 100%. This much.
It's so hard because you really should, as an entrepreneur, when you talk about journaling, like, I just was writing down like my 2026, like what I really want to do, small goals, but big goals, to really set and be proud of. I probably will hit all those goals and I'll be so proud of myself right now if I do that. But by the end of next year, if I hit all them, I'm like, you could have done more. You could have done more.
Here's a question. Let's go back to this. Are all the goals career goals?
Yes.
See? You got to do some life goals.
Oh, life goals.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, there's some life goals on there. Or just like,
good.
Just the classic.
I'm saying you're so business focused. You need some stuff that's even just like, I'm going to sleep more. I'm going to drink more water. Just stuff that's not,
I'll put in good call. I love how you can tell in the first time us meeting that I'm just so
I just think you need to relax. Treat yourself, Treat
yourself. I guess my treating myself is bathhouse. Have you ever gone to one?
I have not.
Tell
me, that's just like a spa?
Yes, but take your fiance there, like surprise her with just like, hey, I have it. Oh my goodness, the one in Williamsburg has this rooftop pool, obviously not open right now, but 120 feet overlooking the whole entire Manhattan Skyway with awesome cabanas and then a sauna. But then, downstairs in the main room, there's cold plunges, there's hot tubs, there's steam rooms, there's I love Russian spas. Incredible. And then there's also this one in Brooklyn, not far from Flatbush at all, probably 10 minutes away. That's a real Russian one. It's cheaper, not fancy, maybe a good starting point to then like do that. And it's like $60 for like 4 hours. And it's a true Russian sauna, 225 degrees in some of the rooms. And they put water into these. It's one of the only wood fire ones. And they put like orange peels and lemons and the aroma. But like that to me, because you don't bring your phone out there. And same with like bathhouse, there's no phones in a lot of areas. Like to me, my stuff, and I'm really good about putting my phone on airplane mode an hour before I get myself into bed. So an hour before I start those routines of like brushing my teeth and stuff. No phones. That's more like maybe just cleaning my room. And I've been really good with doing a silent hour. Like no music, no TV, no nothing. And just like sitting with my thoughts or just doing tedious tasks like cleaning my closet with no sound, no nothing.
Okay, interesting.
Because there's just so many studies and everything of just like our brains and why we can't we're just constantly like, how many times are you like watching a show, then on your phone, then on your laptop? It's like 3 screens at a time.
I try to get just locked into one screen. You know, and I'm not saying I always do it, but that's at least a nice starting point where I'm like, no, I'm listening to this. I'm watching this, you know, to not, because we want to hyper do everything at once.
Yeah.
I did do a spa when I opened up for Mark in Reykjavik. We did a hot springs, which was incredible because it's like, it's cold outside and, you know, you're in a hot water and it's like the views are insane. That was
what
really
is
special.
it like? Do you have to redo your whole entire comedy sketch when you're in Europe?
So surprisingly, no. I was kind of worried about that. I mean, and there are different things that like you do a joke about
Kim Kardashian,
Walmart or something like
someone that people,
they don't have Walmart, but they also, American culture is so dominant that they get what Walmart represents. You know what I'm saying? Like it. So
do you have a Walmart joke?
I think I had a reference of a Walmart thing at some point, but it's like there's, you know, I was just amazed that I didn't change a word, and there are some jokes that like, oh, this joke does a little better in America and maybe a little worse in Europe, but like they still got it.
Yeah,
and I was kind of amazed, but I'm like, I guess this. American culture is so everywhere that they get all the references.
And now when you have the front row, second row, are you trying to find like a couple or something that's off to just like make some jokes and get the crowd interacted?
Normally not, because I like writing jokes and telling jokes, and it's no you know shade to people who do that. But I think I'm so, to me that's where the joy comes out of like, does this joke work? Do people like this joke? I kind of, you know, I don't really. I've done the crowd work, but I don't really care about it that much.
Yeah, because like I mean, I think like right now, who are some of your favorite comedians?
My big influences, which actually wasn't a stand-up, it was Conan O'Brien.
Oh,
I loved Conan.
Yeah, my mom obsessed.
Just so funny, and he was like silly. He was very self-deprecating, and it was just like I loved his energy. And then there was a lot of, you know, stand-up. The algorithm didn't exist, so stand-up would just be on Comedy Central, and you just watch every stand-up, and you take little bits of, you know, be like, I really like this person. I like that one joke from that one person, and you take a lot in, and it would kind of shape your mind, which is great.
I love Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah,
I've heard he's like the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, so. I mean, just like him in New York, wearing his shorts, wearing his crazy outfits to like these insane award ceremonies. He's like, I'm a person who loves style. I think that like if you're going to events like that, you should dress the part, but like love it. He's just like, this is who I am. I'm a dad.
Yeah.
And just like all of his shows growing up were just so good. I'm trying to think of other comedians, but like whenever I'm at my mom's house, she's always watching Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel.
Right.
Like, and I don't know who's funnier, those two. Like, they are just so amazing. Was there any talk shows that you've been on?
I have not. I haven't been on any. I mean, they don't really actually do it. I like that. They don't actually do much stand-up. It used to be like when I first started, everyone did stand-up. But now it's really just the Tonight Show does stand-up.
Like they bring on a special guest and do stand-up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Put that on the manifest.
I'll put it on. I'll put it on.
I was like, what is a big goal that you'd like to reach?
I don't know. I end up I make like 15 goals, and then if I get half of them, I'm like, oh, it's pretty good. You know, like I kind of shoot for a lot, and then if I get half of them, I'm like, that feels pretty good. So
the Bills to win a Super Bowl, because that was on mine.
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
Buffalo would burn down to the ground. Like, I'm scared for that. That reason. Like, why would we want to burn down our city? But like, I could see people just flipping cars, lighting them on fire, like not caring.
I know, it could be really something. Now, but aren't you, we were talking about this a little bit before we started, but like, aren't you worried you go to the Super Bowl, but don't you have in your mind the ideal Super Bowl watch scenario? Like you're with your family, you're with like friends, but you might not be with them. Doesn't that bum you out?
I do agree with you that like it would be the best ideal situation if we didn't host a tailgate before, like flying home and almost like watching it like with the family, because it is like when I interviewed Spencer.
Take it off. Take it off. Go home. This is why I'm trying to get you to take some time off. Take it off.
That one I have to be there. You know what I mean? Like that's the only place that we all talked about it, like where we would spend some serious money to go to the game. But like nothing's better when I get the phone call that like, hey, we're not doing an event in that city and I get to watch a game. Like watching it on TV is sometimes so much better. Like you actually get to see the play. You can actually see if it was called correctly. And then the food, stadium food sucks.
Yeah.
No matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're eating chicken fingers. You're eating like, why do we have like a foot-long hot dog? And then
it costs like $25 or something like that.
Literally. But then it's like in my family, all of them are such good cooks. Like everyone is like trying to one up each other on the appetizer dish, you know, and everyone's got their signatures. So it definitely is.
I'm selling you. I think you're going to take the Super Bowl off.
I gotta be there. It's so cool though, because we go on Media Row all week, and like I had no clue. At one point, I was talking to Cam. Is it Cam Newton? No, that's
the ex Carolina Panthers QB?
Yeah. Beautiful black man.
Yeah, and he has the crazy hats.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had no clue. I was chatting with him. I thought Cam Newton was a retired white Bills player. Yeah, because I've heard the name so much in my life that I assumed it was a Bills player. You know what I mean?
Funny.
Media Row's crazy. You just never know who you're going to talk to.
If you just assume everyone's a Bills player. Someone's like, remember when Ronald Reagan was... Oh, Bills player?
I mean, it's so funny. So I've traveled all around the world and have just seen so many Bills hats. What does it mean to you when you're traveling and you see someone wearing a Bills hat? Do you go up to them? Do you say, go Bills?
I think it's so great when you're just that little moment of like, got a Bills hat, you see someone else in a Bills hat, you do hey, go Bill, maybe a high five. Yeah. Like, what a great feeling that is. Like, that's why we like watch sports, I feel like. Just that little like,
but no other city has it.
Yeah, you know what's funny is, do you ever, because you travel a lot, do you ever land in Buffalo and you have to, like you see someone with a Bills hat and you want to be like, hey, go, and you're like, oh yeah, everyone here.
Yeah, no, at the airport like all the time, but it's like as soon as they are wearing that Buffalo hat, even if I'm waiting in line in Buffalo, like I'm like, oh, like where do you, and I'm always business. I'm always like, where do you tailgate? Where do you go eat food? You know, because like for the longest time, people only knew me like that crew neck is Buffalo food slut. That it was did you even see that on there? Yeah, so Buffalo food slut, awarded like best food blog in Buffalo.
My 3 favorite things.
Yes, exactly. We're all food sluts. And it's so funny because people were like, you can't have a name like that. It's going to be inappropriate. I'm like, watch me. It's been featured in so many magazines. I was on the Today Show, like to do this stuff. But then I did a little rebrand when I came to New York City as Madeline Hall NYC. SEO purposes, brand purposes. And when I'm in New York, I want people to know me as Madeline Hall, but within 2 seconds, you are going to hear all about Buffalo because people are going to ask you where you're from. And then it's like, now it's just like a business I own, but like, it's awesome to be in a city where you're surrounded around so many entrepreneurs that are just like came here with their dreams. Like when you told your family we were moving to New York, were they like, good luck, or were they like, what was the reaction?
They were pretty supportive. I mean, they are a little worried. You're an only child, and like, I'm sure the same way. It's like, this isn't consistent. So I think that usually the parents are more just worried about like, are you going to be okay?
Yes.
But I think they kind of saw that I liked it, that I was pretty good. And I think they're, they're still probably a little worried there, but I think they're overall supportive.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think when you're opening up someone like Matt, when I tell people about Gotham Podcast Studio, the people that they've had in here, like so many people, no matter, I did not know, like, I don't know as much in the comedian space besides like when just I'm watching movies and those people are comedians. Right. And then whatever like Netflix says stand-up shows, and like they seem to just have the most incredible special guests come out of there all the time.
Totally. And it is funny because like stand-up is so big, but there are people that like don't know a lot of it. I remember early on when I was dating my now fiance, like I remember just being on my phone and being like, oh, John Mulaney is hosting SNL tonight. I'm going to watch that tomorrow. And she's like, I don't know who that is. And I didn't know that was still on the air. And I was like, perfect.
SNL has gotten so good. Like SNL like phased out for a little bit and now it's back.
But it's just funny knowing that like you might not be able to name many stand-ups, but it's just funny that there's this whole area that people aren't familiar with. But I think that's nice, especially 100%. when you're around someone that you almost can't talk business with.
No, I think like my best friend, she's a nurse, and two of my best friends like nurses, and it's amazing because when I'm with them, we don't talk about work. Totally. We literally are just talking about their babies and stuff that they're doing. And they're amazing to just like have a good cry with, have a good laugh with. And for once, just feel like you don't need to like, just like if we're going to this thing right now, if I hang out with some of my other friends that are like influencer space, you know what I mean? It's like, we know that we're probably going out to a restaurant. We probably got to post. We got to do this. Like, we got to make sure we're kind of good because one of us is putting each other on camera. Then you have the other friend group that's like, but it's great to have both because like, I love playing dress up, but then I also played rugby in college and might as well been a lesbian because I did go down the lesbian route for like 2 weeks. That was about all I had in me. But it was just like, you know, I just loved just wearing shorts and a t-shirt, put mascara on. My hair was like never done. And now I have like I have my New York City wardrobe and like my Buffalo wardrobe. And, you know, it's
now
like.
You haven't gone back to the rugby.
Haven't gone back to the rugby. Okay. It's not out of the question. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, you know.
That could be a big video playing rugby. You know, that could be something.
Oh my God. I would like rugby was so intense. I joined it because it was
It seems like the most. I had a couple buddies do rugby, and they're like, those people they're animals.
Yes, animals, and it was like fun drinking culture, and it wasn't so demanding. It was practiced 3 or 4 times a week, and we traveled. So fun to all these different colleges. Got to party with all the different colleges. Savannah, Georgia, like insane. Festival or not festival, it was St. Patty's Day, and it was like 70 teams from around the world, and you were just like so exposed because like Buff State didn't have people internationally, and then you go to these rugby tournaments and you're meeting people from Europe, from Australia, like Nova Scotia, and you're just like, this is so much fun. And like we used to take shots of like heavy cream and milk before we like drank. Like, which probably eventually caused my stomach issues I used to have. Like, but it was
what was the thinking behind that?
Pardon?
What was the
it puts a coating in your stomach so you can like drink more and like not have to vomit. Like ridiculous. But it was a fun situation. But it's like I played a bunch of sports in high school and middle school. So
let's go through them.
Varsity tennis, varsity lacrosse, and then I was captain of my swim team in 8th grade, and then the only reason why I didn't do it in high school is because I found out they had 2 days, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, I mean, I played sports in grade school, and you get to high school, and people take it very seriously, and like, I don't want to wake up at 7. I don't need to play soccer. I'll just play with my friends.
Like, West Seneca West, like, we had like some good sports, not the best, but like tennis, I was like captain, and like, I was just awesome, and it was chill, but like not when you were in like 8th grade having to play first singles against this girl named Caroline Bristol, who had a full scholarship from Orchard Park, and I would come home with bruises on my body.
Caroline Bristol, is she still in the diary? I bet she was all over the diary.
Ran into her. At a brunch at Vice a few years ago, and I went up to her and gave her, my natural reaction was just to give her a hug because we eventually became bonded because we'd play each other every year, but she was older than me, and eventually I would say, hey, we know you're going to win. You've had a full ride since you were out of the womb. You know, can we just play? And I will let you, like, you win no matter what. But like, can we just play tennis? And I want to learn from you. And eventually, after like the 2nd or 3rd year, she just would play with me and help me and give me advice. And she didn't remember me like when I first came up to her. And then eventually I was like, told her everything. She's like, oh my God, Madeline Hall. And I was like, yes. And it was just such a funny moment to share. Like, I remember everyone's, not so much their name, but their faces. And like, even if I had a 5-minute conversation with you in high school or middle school, like I always, if I see you out, make it a point to go up and talk to you. And it's crazy because some people won't come up and talk to me because they think that like I wouldn't remember them. And I'm like, oh, I was friends with the band geeks. I was friends with the nerds, the jocks. That was the problem, is I was friends with everyone and didn't really have like a clique.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to do that. It's just like I want to be friends with everyone.
Yeah, I hear you. That's good. That's good to have that. Yeah.
So when you're back in Buffalo,
what
are your top 5 places that you have to go eat?
Okay, great question. I like top 5 is tough. I'm gonna go Jim's Steakout.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's big. Big.
A stinger, right? What do you get?
Sometimes I get a steak
sometimes
I do chicken finger.
Okay.
Chicken finger sub.
Classic.
Yeah. Because here it's like chicken cutlet. It's a little different.
It's all a lie.
Yeah.
No.
I like Lloyd a lot.
Oh my God. Delicious. Branding on point.
Don't want to brag. First Lloyd customer of all time.
What?
I was working downtown at a bank. My buddy worked at Lloyd. He's like, hey, my friend's taco truck is downtown. No one's here. Come and first customer all time.
Wow. I mean, I love their onions. That like the
very good.
What are the pickled onions?
My favorite thing there, they do a chicken and waffle burrito.
Yes, had it.
So good.
Yep. They just opened one on Elmwood too.
Yes.
Yep. Took over the old Thin Man.
I like I used to work at MaDi.
Ooh. My friend used to work there. And when we would come through, like this was in high school,
yeah,
he would literally, like as soon as his manager would turn around, he would just start throwing burritos in the car.
Which location? Do you remember?
The one right next to West Seneca West. Okay, so is that Seneca Street, maybe?
I was Sheridan in Delaware. Okay. Was location.
Yep.
But I'll still go back. I'll still go back there. It's like a good nostalgia.
I just love how it's American cheese. Like that's the slapper. It's great.
It's pretty gnarly. Like if you take someone from not Buffalo there, I think they're going to be like, what is this?
What is this? Yeah.
I mean, when I worked there, it was a Mexican restaurant. It didn't have rice. Like it didn't have guacamole. It's
what is this
very
place?
much white people Mexican.
And the machines that they use to squirt it all out.
The sour cream gun.
Yep.
Okay, I got two more left. Where because pizza is important, but we already talked about that, so I don't know if I want to go that.
Where do you go for wings?
Normally Duff's, but Bar-Bill.
Okay,
if I can.
Great. Yeah.
I think Duff's is the best big one.
Okay. I was
you disagree.
The people are gonna roast you for this one because now I'm 100% putting this as like one of the real clips.
I think Duff's is good. You're anti-Duff's?
I just like it was like something that like we ate once in a while when we were in high school, and then there's just been so many amazing places.
I mean, there are some places better. You got your Bar-Bill, you got your 911, you got your Elmo's, you got. I understand there are some better, but like,
have you had wing nuts yet?
I haven't had wing nuts.
Oh, when you get back to Buffalo, you got it. It's not the most traditional wing style.
Okay.
But. Oh, they're the ones they picked up my hot sauce because BFS is dropping a whole entire hot sauce line, Bloody Mary mix. Okay. I used to be a personal chef, so we're bringing it back. And they have been doing my sauces like some R&D, and it's been going so well. But Barstool Sports put them on the map. Okay. Changed their life.
I think Duff's is like a good top 8.
Yep.
Maybe 6. Maybe like I'm not going to put it maybe even top 5, but I think it's good quality. It's old school. I mean, it helps I have some nostalgia. That was one of my early wing places, but I think it's good.
Okay, wings.
It's not like I said Anchor Bar. It's not like I said Anchor Bar. Give me some credit.
Fine. Okay, what if you're going out for like a steak? Are you taking the fiance out or a family member?
I haven't done a lot of like high-end dining in Buffalo. It's been a lot of garbage food.
With that flannel, you've been going out.
It's been a lot of garbage food in Buffalo. That's normally...
Isn't it funny, though? That's literally what you go back for. But now, because I don't live in Buffalo much anymore, like I'm back a ton and I was just there for 3 weeks, so I guess take it back. I'm there a ton still. It's like my Mother's. You've been to Mother's, right?
I've been to Mother's,
Yeah, like Mother's is always a go-to. Yeah. Hutch's is absolutely fantastic.
You know what's awesome? You know where we went to is what's the new barbecue place? That's like...
Southern Junction.
Oh. That is
what's crazy? I went and found some New York City food bloggers have taken planes for the day and gone to Southern Junction.
That place is awesome.
Yes, he's gotten, he didn't win it yet, but the James Beard Award, I think he's been nominated the last 2 or 3 years. I don't know if he's won yet, but he keeps getting nominated. And for a Buffalo chef and his background of like, he's Indian, but he grew up in Texas. And so and I don't know how he made his way to Buffalo, but holy,
that place rules.
I love Indian food. Then you put barbecue next to it.
I know.
And somehow you don't get sick of it. You know, and there's like, you're just in the buffet line and they're just chop. Like absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. So that place is really good.
All right, good.
That makes the list.
Okay, that makes the list.
Yeah, not a bad list.
No, not a bad list. But it's so funny. I love the MaDi Taco aspect of it because you know I've never ate Taco Bell before.
Well, that was a big thing, especially coming here. Like people kind of like low key love Taco Bell. That's like a very popular.
And I'm
fast
like, do you
want
to shit your pants?
Yeah, I never really got it. It's fine.
When you can eat MaDi Taco.
But I think in Buffalo, like you wouldn't liking Taco Bell in Buffalo is like liking the Patriots a little bit, where it's like, oh, look at you, you're trying to be different. We're all very proud of you, but like everyone went to MaDi.
There's a MaDi Taco Instagram account that MaDi Taco doesn't even own, and this person just promotes MaDi Taco, and you think it's them, and then I found out that it's literally just like almost like a ghost account. Like someone just acts like they own MaDi Taco, but whatever. Either way, it's plugging them, and then they don't have to pay for a social media person. So who's winning there?
Win-win. Now, I do think MaDi Taco's gone maybe a low downhill.
I'm sure.
Low downhill.
Yeah.
They try and do too much now. They got like 40 items.
It's like going to a diner with 3 pages. Yes. You already know you're like, this could go 2 ways.
I know.
It's either going to be amazing or it's going to be shit.
I like a nice condensed menu.
100%. Yes. I don't want that many options. Like, and me, because everyone looks at me, oh, the food blogger, you pick out the whole entire thing. And then I'm like, page. page. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
And if they do 8 things, you know they probably do those 8 things well.
Yep.
Whereas if they do 40 things, you're like, well, heaven forbid I order thing number 38.
Yes.
And that thing's like not their best.
Oh my God, what movie is that when it's Waiter, right? That comedy show?
Okay.
Have you seen the movie?
It's been a while.
But it's so funny. Bring it back. Like anything hospitality, because I was in the hospitality, that's like my memorabilia of like that right there is a serving tray. I have my checks right here. It was such a part of my area. And like, I thought it was so fun when people would come in from out of town. You know who I served, who's in here all the time is Dwight. I think Nick Offerman, is that his name?
No, I'm blanking on the name. I know who you're talking about from
just
The Office.
Dwight. Yeah, Dwight from The Office. We call him Dwight. And it was so funny because I didn't even realize, and I was just like, and I give everyone a list as soon as I find out, which you can find out someone's from out of town real quick in Buffalo if they ask for ranch for their wings. So I would say, oh, where are you from? And they said, how do you know I'm from out of town? I'm like, well, you ordered ranch. And they're like, what? And I'd be like, here's your list, because I want people to come to Buffalo and have the most amazing experience possible.
Right.
So it was an inspiration of when I started Buffalo Food Slut is like, I just realized how many people were coming from out of town because I was in the theater district bartending downtown. So we had Hamlin was in town, Greece, all the Toronto people would come and they'd be like, oh, I'm only in and out. And I'm like, have you ever thought about staying for a few more days rather than just seeing the falls or coming here and going out to dinner?
Yeah.
Here's a list of places. Here's my Instagram account. You have any questions, I got you covered. And then it was so amazing to have people message me after and they're like, I extended my trip, or, oh my God, we stayed, a few hours later, or my flight was delayed because of a snowstorm and we were able to get takeout from the local place next to me. Buffalo is something that is just when people were so mad when I moved to New York City, they were like, how dare you leave us? I'm like, I'm over here in this big city screaming to people to go visit Buffalo. I'm like the spokeswoman of Buffalo.
Yeah.
You know who I just had a meeting with?
Tell me.
Selena Law. So stay tuned for that collaboration right there. You got a childhood memory with them?
Of course. Who doesn't?
Exactly.
You could come up with a new slogan for them. A little song.
What's that?
Oh, now come on.
Now
I can't remember
but
it
at least
you put
it's
me on
in
the
there.
spot.
Yes, but at least it's in there.
Yeah,
I got you. All right, well, we have to close this out. I laugh because all my podcasts are supposed to be a half an hour to 45 minutes. That never happens because especially when you got a Buffalo person in here, we got a yap. But let the people know where to find you on IG and next tour or anything.
Please follow me on Instagram. I am Shaun Murphy. Shaun Shaun. What do you think about that, Shaun? With the
U?
Yeah,
we like creativity. You know,
a lot of people don't like it. And a lot of traditionalists, EAs out there, yeah. So please follow me on that. I need followers. God damn it.
Yeah, I would say that you're opening up for some pretty cool people, and why are you not pushing on Instagram? We can have another conversation about that.
I'm trying.
I yell at everyone every single day about it.
I need some of that. You give me some business, I'll tell you to take the night off sometimes.
Okay.
This could be a good friendship right here. And then watch my new special. It's called Long Story Thin. It's on Mark Norman's YouTube page. I have another special called Neil on my YouTube page. Check that out. They're funny. You'll laugh. You'll have a good time. And thank you for having me.
Of course. Cheers and go Bills. I'll see you at the Super Bowl.
Go Bills.
From small town roots to the big city hustle. Remember, your past doesn't define you. Your passion does. If something hits home today, share it, tag me, even write in. Be a part of this community. This isn't just my mic, it's ours. Check the episode description below for all the links. Until next time, keep building your empire your way.